Okay, so I saw Liv do this and I was really digging it. So I figured I would do the Harry Potter accent challenge. Now, this is just me on my own accord. Didn't ask anybody if I should do it because I just wanted to do it. So yeah, Harry Potter accent challenge. My name is Cassie, which is actually short for Cassandra. But don't call me that, please. And my URL is Ask the Girl Who Waited. My Hogwarts house is Slytherin, and my Patronus is a red fox. Say these words: Horcrux, Lumos, Accio, Marauders, Peeves, Obliviate, Alohomora, Crookshanks, Marauders Map, Beauxbatons, Durmstrang, Ilvermorny, Silencio. If you could be adopted by any wizarding family, who would it be and why? It doesn't specify which era. Honestly, I would love to be adopted by the Potters, like James's parents, because they just seemed like, from what we know about them, they just seemed like really, really sweet people. And it would be one of those pureblood families that you would really want to be a part of. I don't know if there would be a family in the Lightning era that I would want to be in. A lot of people say the Weasleys, and as a technically only child, it sounds like it could be fun, but I don't know. I don't know if I would like it. Not the big family part, because I crave a large family, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling the Weasleys. I'm definitely feeling the Potters, though. Like James's parents. Pureblood, half-blood, or Muggle? I think I would probably be a pureblood, but have my dad be a squib, because I really I don't know. I don't think my dad is cut out for the wizarding world, although I could very much see his family being wizards and witches, and I could definitely see my mom and that side of my family being wizards and witches. So I definitely think I would be in a pureblood family, but my dad would be a squib, and my mom would be a pureblood. What position would you play in Quidditch? I wouldn't. I would totally be a bystander cheering in the crowds. I like watching sports, but playing sports, I played volleyball and basketball in middle school, but I don't know, not really feeling the Quidditch. Marauders, Lightning, or Next Gen era? I've always, not always, but like, obviously, like, when you get into the series, you're very much part of the Lightning era, because that's where everything takes place. But in the last year, I have very, very much gotten into the Marauders and learning every single piece of information about the Marauders that I possibly could. I have invested so much time in the Marauders era. I personally love the Marauders era. Next Gen, there's just so much still that needs to be built on that I don't have that much of an interest in the Next Gen era. But definitely everything about the Marauders. Just all of it. Favorite characters? When I was younger, it was always Draco Malfoy, and Draco still definitely holds a very special place in my heart, because he was my first character that I kind of fell in love with, even when I read the books. Bellatrix, I love Bellatrix. Sirius Black is my favorite character, like, through the entire series. Sirius Black is my favorite. And I have a very, very, very soft spot and huge love for Lily Evans, Lily Potter. Least favorite characters. Umbridge, Voldemort, Molly Weasley, and Nymphadora Tonks. There's just a lot that goes into... Oh! And Dumbledore. Dumbledore is way up there with Umbridge and Voldemort for me. But there's definitely things within... I mean, Voldemort and Umbridge are kind of the given. They're, like, hated through the entire fandom. But the other three, I have my own reasons, and I'm not going to get into it right now because they're very controversial reasons. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But those are my 5 least favorite characters. Favorite ship or ships? Jilly is my all-time OTP. They are the ideal. Wolfstar is a definite for me. I never was into Wolfstar until about 8 or so months ago. I started getting into Wolfstar. And Drarry is a new recent love of mine. I couldn't stand Drarry, but because of a certain Andy Gray. Those are my 3 top favorite ships. Favorite and least favorite subject. My favorite subject, I can't really choose between charms and potions. Potions because I love math and science. So I think I would do really well in potions. And charms because just learning how to do these little tricks and things with your wand. And like learning how to do like nonverbal, or not nonverbal, like wandless magic and even nonverbal magic and stuff like that. Like charms, just... So charms and potions are my 2 favorites. And my least favorite subject, probably herbology. When I was in high school, I took a class, and it was like plants and stuff like that, and I hated it. So I definitely know that I would not enjoy herbology, and as soon as it came to the point where I didn't have to take it anymore, I wouldn't be taking it anymore. Would you become an animagus, and why? I feel like it's everybody's answer, but yeah, I think I would. It would be really tedious, and I definitely know it would take me a few years to do it, because I definitely know I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't successfully be able to conjure the potion and all of that goes into it. I know I wouldn't be able to get it on the first try, so I think becoming an animagus would take me a couple of years, but I think in the end it would be totally worth it to be able to become an animal at will and all of that. And yes, I would be a registered animagus. I am not going to be all illegal like the Marauders and not tell anybody. What does the Harry Potter series mean to you? Harry Potter literally means the world to me. The entire series as a whole just means everything to me. I have been a Harry Potter fan from the get-go. The first book came out in 1998, and I got it that Christmas, and I was 6 when it came out, and at that point in my life, I was just starting to get bullied, because at that point, I was in grade 1. Grade 1? Yeah. I think I was in grade 1, and I was just starting to get bullied, and I ended up sinking into the world of Harry Potter, and Harry definitely saved my sanity growing up. I think if Harry Potter wasn't around, I wouldn't be as okay as I am now, if you want to call it that. Harry helped me out when I had no friends. Harry was my best friend. And to this day, I still consider Harry Potter my best friend. So, Harry Potter, the series, means a lot to me because it's helped me grow up. I grew up with the series. Character you most likely want to get married and why? Character you most likely want to get married and why? Okay, Liv kind of did the same thing. I'm going to do like the same thing Liv did because again, I'm not really understanding exactly how this is being worded. Now, characters you most likely want to get married. Obviously Jilly, like James and Lily. I mean, they get married canonically in the series. So I guess Remus and Sirius, I really want them to get married. But if there was a character that I would most likely want to get married to, can I say James? Can I please say James? Guys, I'm just Lily. I'm Lily. Okay? I've been told it enough times. I am the reincarnation of Lily Evans. I would marry James. And you know what? In a heartbeat, I would marry James because once he got past the bullying and all of that stuff he kind of dealt with, once he got Lily, like once Lily was just like, all right, James, here's your chance. I'm your girl. He treated her like gold. And you know what? He's totally, like, at that point, totally the ideal guy. And I would totally marry James Potter. Is there anything you wish had been in the movies? Okay, so in Prisoner of Azkaban, this amount of the Shrieking Shack is in the movie. When there's, like, this much information in the books. Or in the book. In that book. And, like, the books, or that particular book, one of the main focuses was on Sirius and Remus and James and Lily and Peter and the Shrieking Shack and just so much focus. Like, the book, I found that the focus of the book was very different than the focus of the movie. The movie focused more on the time turning and that whole aspect, when the book focused totally on a completely different part. And it's like, could we not have focused more on the Shrieking Shack and the Marauders and just that entire chunk was just like removed from a movie? And it's like, no, put it back. Put it back. It's such an ideal part. Such an important part. Okay. I've ranted. But yes, the entire Shrieking Shack needed to be in that movie. And just talk about your love for Harry Potter. I mean, I pretty much, like, covered the basis. Like, I pretty much gave you an idea of how I feel about Harry Potter. Harry Potter got me through a lot. And Harry Potter actually taught me how to read. It's not coming out that much in this video, but I do have a stammer and I do have a lisp. And luckily, it hasn't really come through a lot in this video, which I'm grateful for. And that's because I didn't really learn. I mean, okay, the stammer is more, I guess they don't really go together, but like, fact is, I didn't learn how to read right away. Most kids, once they get to kindergarten, they're already, like, they know how to read their name once they get to kindergarten, if you go to preschool. In kindergarten, you kind of learn how to read simple sentences, and once you get to grade 1, you're reading, like, really simple books. I couldn't do any of that. Harry Potter, it came out when I was 6. My mom and dad read it first to see if it was age appropriate, but They also wanted to see if it was going to be simple enough for me to be able to read. And so I probably picked up Harry Potter when I was 7, which I guess was really only a few months after I got it. But sometime when I was 7, I finally picked up Harry Potter, and I fought and fought and fought and cried and got really frustrated, but I finally figured out how to read it. And once I started reading Harry Potter and being able to read it, I started getting better at school. I was finally able to read at school. I could read my name. I could read sentences. I could read books. And I really thank Harry Potter for that. So, that was a little bit of another thing that kind of helps me with my love of Harry Potter. And if it weren't for Harry Potter, this community wouldn't exist. And this community I will forever be grateful for. I've been on Tumblr since Tumblr started, but this blog has so much of a different meaning than any of my other blogs have. This community has caused me to meet amazing, amazing people. My best friend Sparrow. This community, Becky and I have been best friends for nearly 10 years now. But this community has brought Mooney and I even closer. Because Mooney didn't get into Harry Potter right away, and this kind of helped us with a stronger bond, because through the community I got into it, and then by association Mooney got into it, and now she's part of her own part of the community. She's in the fan fiction side of it, and whereas I'm more in the RP side of it. But because of that, she's learned a lot more about Harry Potter, and she's delved into it a lot more, and it's helped us because now we have that extra thing that we both love. And I am forever grateful for everything that this community has brought me. And again, it wouldn't exist without Harry Potter. It wouldn't exist if J.K. Rowling... It wouldn't exist if J.K. Rowling's mother didn't push her into writing like she wanted. But, so, to wrap this video up, Harry Potter is literally my life. And that's that. And, okay, so, to wrap this up, I'm not really sure, except for, the saying the few words, I'm not really sure how this is an accent challenge, per se. I think this is more of a, I'm gonna get you talking so we can hear and pick out words and be like, you have an accent, this is what it is, and it sounds kind of cool. But it was fun to do. I don't really think I have much of an accent. I am Canadian, but I don't think I have as strong of a Canadian accent as other Canadians do, in other parts of Canada, because where I live, we're at the bottom of Ontario, down by the lakes, so we're kind of close to Michigan. We're I'm literally half an hour out from the border to Michigan, so I don't think my accent is as strong as if I lived up higher, you know what I mean, or more into Canada, you know what I mean? There's other parts of Canada where it's just you're Canadian. I think there's really only a certain word, certain words that really cause people to be you're Canadian. Be yes, I am, thanks. But yeah, okay, so I'm rambling, and this video is now 20 minutes long. So, I'ma go. Yeah. Bye.